Hello, my name is Keshwani. There's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for the GMAT. We have been solving GMAT math problems out of this book here, GMAT Review, the official guide, 13th edition. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. The problem that we are about to solve is the one that you will find on page number 275. Page 275, and today is our lesson number 14. Let's take a look at it. Turn to page 275, question number 10. Question number 10. It says, if Pat saved $600 of his earning last month, how much did he earn last month? Oh, very simple. Alright. So, Pat saved $600 last month. Question is, how much did he earn? Very simple, very straightforward. Let's take a look at statement 1. Statement 1 tells us that he spent half his earning last month and saved 1/3 of the remainder. 1/3 of the remainder, not 1/3, but 1/3 of the remainder. So he spent half on living expenses, they tell us, and saved 1/3 of the remainder. Is that enough to figure out how much he earned? Well, let's take a look. If he saved 1/3 of the remainder, that means he saved 1/3. That implies that he saved 1/3 of half. 1/3 of the half. Why? Because we are told that he spent half on the living expenses. He already spent half the money on the living expenses, and then he saved 1/3 of the remainder. Therefore, he saved 1/3 of the half. 1/3 of the half is same as 1/3 times the half, which is 1/6. This is 1/6 of his income. And we are told that equals $600 because he saved 600. So this equals $600. So obviously we can figure out the income. 1/6 of his income equals 600. So his income must be $3,600. His income is 600 times 6. Although this part was not necessary. The last bit that we did was not necessary because nobody's asking us what his income is. The question simply is it possible to figure out his income? And the answer is yes. So the statement number one by itself does work. So we put down here A, D, B, C, E. Since statement number 1 by itself works, answer cannot be B, C, or E. And if you still do not know what I just did here, A, D, B, C, E, as I always remind you in all the data sufficiency video, make sure you watch the introduction, data sufficiency intro. Just type in my name, type in data sufficiency intro. Let's look at second statement. In second statement, they tell us that he paid twice as much in taxes as he saved. Well, so whatever amount of money that he paid in taxes, that equals 2 times his savings. But this is a useless information. That because knowing how much he paid in taxes and how much he paid in taxes compared to what he saved does not tell us what his total income is. There is no way to figure out what his total income is from this. All we know is that whatever amount of money that he saved, he paid twice as much to Uncle Sam. This does not work. In taxes, that is. It doesn't help us. So the answer is A. That's it. Only the first statement by itself works. Second statement does not work. Let's look at next problem. Problem number 11. Let's take a look at problem number 11. Let me take my high-tech eraser here. In problem number 11 they tell us, in problem number 11 they are asking us, the very last question on the page, they're simply asking us, is the angle QPR a right angle? Is angle QPR a right angle? That's all. Very simple, very straightforward question. The first statement tells us that points P and Q have same x coordinate. Well, if points P and Q have the same x coordinate, here's our point. Here's our point P. Which one is P? Which one is Q? Here's our point P, and here's our point Q. They have the same x coordinate, which means if this guy has the x coordinate of x1, this guy also has the coordinate of x1. Now, what does that tell us? All that tells us, listen carefully. All that tells us is that this distance from here to here is same as this distance from here to here. Here to here. All that means, all this implies is that line PQ is parallel to y-axis, and that's all it tells us. All that we can infer from it, all we can deduce from it, all we can surmise from it is the fact that the line PQ must be parallel to y-axis, because if this distance is the same as that distance, this line must be parallel to y-axis, and that's all. It does not help us answer the question. The question being, is this angle 90 degrees? This angle that you're talking about, the question is this 90 degrees? PQR. We cannot. This thing by itself is no good. So here's our AD, BCE. AD, BCE. First statement does not work, which means the answer cannot be A or D. Answer has got to be either B, C, or E. Let's look at second statement. Second statement tells us that points P and R have the same y coordinates. If points P and R have the same y coordinates, which means if this is y1, then whatever this distance is, oh, I've taken up all the room, haven't I? So let's erase the other part now. Or maybe I can squeeze it in. Whatever this distance is the same distance from here to here. Which means the y coordinate of point R, is same as the y coordinate of point P. So if this is y1, so is that one. So this one is x2, some x2 coordinate, and y1. So what that implies is that line, since this distance right here, since this distance, vertical distance is same as this vertical distance, what that implies is that the line PR must be parallel to x-axis. And that's all we can tell. That's all we can tell. What it tells us is that the line PR is parallel to x-axis. It does not answer by itself whether or not this angle is 90 degrees. It doesn't do the job by itself, which means answer cannot be B. Answer has got to be either C or E. If putting them together does the job, then the answer would be C. If putting them together does not get us anywhere, then the answer would be E. Let's put them together. Together 1 and 2. Now we're getting someplace. If we put them together, then we gather that PQ, the line PQ is parallel to y-axis, and we gather that line PR is parallel to x-axis. If this vertical line is parallel to y-axis, and if this horizontal line is parallel to x-axis, then they must be sitting. Then the line PQ and PR must be perpendicular to each other. that answers the question. The question was, is this angle 90 degree? The point here is not that it turns out actually to be 90 degree. That's not the point. That's not the bloody point that this angle actually turns out to be 90 degree. The point is we are able to answer in affirmative or negative, yes or no, about this angle. Now we can tell for sure that it is 90 degree or it is not 90 degree. Turns out it is 90 degree. So together they work. Therefore the answer is C. That's all. That's it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye now.